It's been a very long time since I did an inside look video, but after doing some research into the lore found within my childhood game, I couldn't pass up the chance to talk about such an underrated character. Today, we will be looking at the Magic Tree. For those who may not recognize him from outside of the game, the Magic Tree originates from Courage the Cowardly Dog. He was a one-shot character in the episode segment, The Magic Tree of Nowhere. Unlike various one-shot characters from the show, the Magic Tree is a good guy. Depicted as a wishing tree birthed from seeds that Eustace threw out the window and given soil by Courage, the Magic Tree granted any wish Muriel and Courage desired. When Muriel comes down with the case of Boil Boil thanks to Eustace's cruel wish, Courage's wish to cure her affliction sparks the Magic Tree to speak for the first time. He is revealed to have a face, eyes, and vocal cords. Aside from granting wishes, the Magic Tree reveals some foresight ability since he predicts he will be chopped down in 3 days and imparts wisdom on Eustace, who refuses to listen. Despite Courage's best efforts to keep the tree safe, Eustace succeeds and the tree is chopped down. But the flowers that the Magic Tree had been growing to cure Muriel were still able to grow, and with some hornet's honey, Courage successfully heals Muriel. The episode ends with a flower growing on the stump, hinting at a rebirth of the Magic Tree. When we see the Magic Tree in Fusionfall, he is no longer in Nowhere, which is why he is simply referred to as the Magic Tree instead of his full title, Magic Tree of Nowhere. It's never explicitly stated when he was moved from Nowhere to Mount Blackhead and how he got there. The closest we get to an acknowledgement of him being from Nowhere is in Double D's guide mission Root of Evil. Unlike in the show, the Magic Tree has lost his ability to grant wishes, which is probably for the best since being able to wish away the threat could be a story killer. Unless the player is the answer to the wish. Anyways, despite not granting wishes, the Magic Tree still carries over his magical capabilities and wisdom as seen in the show. While the Magic Tree doesn't actually give out any missions himself, he does feature in quite a few missions that we will make note of here. While not outright stated by name, it's implied that the tree Ed is referring to in the Book of Prophecy is the Magic Tree. The whole mission line is about getting May to hand over the Book of Prophecy, but she doesn't want to give it up, and Ed doesn't want to date her. On the Magic Tree's suggestion, Ed gives us a jawbreaker, which we give to May to get the book from her possession. This is an insight to Magic Tree's wisdom and foresight, since without even bringing up the mission to him, he already knew how to resolve the dilemma. In Cool Drink Stink Part 3, Number 4 sends us to the Magic Tree to help purify the infected water. It's important to note that Number 4 says, in the mission offer text, that the Magic Tree can feel Fuse's infections in his roots. This becomes super important later, and we will get back to it, so just remember this, okay? Anyways, in this mission, we use the Magic Tree's leaves to purify the water, a callback to how his flowers, plus some honey, rectified Muriel's ailment. This is a reminder that the Magic Tree's magical abilities are powerful against fusion matter, which is an interesting concept that isn't brought up a whole lot in the Fusionfall world. It seems like magic and imaginary energy are two of Fuse's biggest weaknesses. Jumping forward to the Power of Prophecy Part 3, we continue to see the Magic Tree's power in effect. Juniper Lee sends us to the Magic Tree, who she mentions has roots in mystical communion with the roots of trees all around the world. Because of this, she believes the Magic Tree is the key to activating the totems all at once by using his Magic Tree sap. Due to his own wisdom and possible foresight, the Magic Tree gives us instruction to go to Area 51.5 and slather the sap over the totem. Because the process worked, Fusion Gwen makes plans to steal the Magic Tree, but we are able to stop her before she can. It was mentioned in the Book of Prophecy's arc that Fuse was also looking into the power of the totems, and probably sent Fusion Gwen to get the Magic Tree to either use in his own ploy to control the obelisk, or to just remove the Magic Tree from helping us out. This is an indication of how important the Magic Tree is to Fuse, making him one of the few characters that Fuse wants to kidnap. We don't hear from the Magic Tree for a while. That is, unless you take up Double D as your guide. Now then, think back to what Number 4 and Juniper Lee said. It gets expanded upon in Root of Evil. Fuse is using the Dark Tree to infect the world, and because the Magic Tree is linked up to every root in the world, he is in direct danger of being infected just like the Great Deku Tree. While we do alleviate some of his misery, he doesn't recover until the next mission, Swamp Reception. In Swamp Perception, Magic Tree warns us that the Dark Tree is a threat to the entire land, although it can be useful. In Plant Plan, a Dark Tree seed is able to tell Courage and Double D where the crazy brain candy is hidden, showing its mystical properties. Mojo's guide mission, Know Your Roots, covers the same situation, although the focus is more on understanding the Dark Tree rather than protecting the Magic Tree. It is mentioned that the roots are long and is spreading the infection, the very thing the Magic Tree warned against. His next mission, Tree Trapped, doesn't deal with the Magic Tree, but does deal with the threat of the Dark Tree since Mandy attempts to use the Dark Tree's roots to spread a hypnotic message. Considering the roots spread just as far as the Magic Tree's roots are claimed to spread, that's pretty dangerous. Thankfully, Dexter steps in and has us toss her equipment into the lava. While it doesn't directly deal with the Magic Tree, I want to pivot and speak about the Dark Tree. Specifically, the mission line Evil Takes Root, which deals with the direct infestation of the Dark Tree. Considering people who team up with Dexter or Ben don't deal directly with the Dark Tree, this mission is the first time that they would learn about the situation. Dr. JC notices that there is a heavy concentration of fusion matter in the roots instead of the trunk of what is revealed to be an ancient tree, and notices that the tree is actively defending itself from Fuse's interference. After defeating dark fusion flies and an overgrown ghastly growth, it is implied that the tree is building back its defenses to repel further attacks. Notably, Dark Fusion Flies is also the monster Swamp Perception has you beat up to help out the Magic Tree. Granted, the flies are carrying some seeds, but it's pretty interesting that both missions take place at the same level and deal with the same monster. In the Nano mission Planet a Seed, which is a level 33 mission, it all comes to a head when it is revealed that Fusion Jack has been living in the heart of the tree and spreading the poison in it. Earlier in the mission, Jack had us take a wisdom seed from the eye bulbs and plant it in the Dark Tree, since the seed is capable of slowing the infection inside of it. You're tasked with killing Fusion Jack and obtain a nano as a reward, but it also ensures that the wisdom seed can work on reversing the effects of the infection that have been plaguing it since Root of Evil. This wraps up the video about me talking about a magical tree and the detour of the Darkland counterpart. When I first played through the game, I hadn't properly appreciated the character. After doing some research into the game's stories, I found that he was such a fascinating character, and I really hope he gets some more love and attention and recognition in Worlds Collide and Respawn.